Hello and welcome to What You Drinkin', where we review 2 hopefully delicious craft beers each week before recording a fresh new episode of the Ginger and the Beard podcast. I'm AJ, aka the Ginger.
And I'm Reese, aka the Beard. And I'm excited to hear what you drinking tonight, sir.
I'm excited as well because I've been waiting to drink this beer for 2 weeks now. We've been on a 2-week hiatus for the podcast, which is like, how dare we? But lots of stuff going on. Obviously had a holiday mixed in there too. But this is the Everlasting Blueberry. Check out this can. It definitely has some Willy Wonka vibes to it.
Yeah, it does.
Everlasting Blueberry Oatmeal Stout from Buffalo Bill's Brewery.
Oh,
gotta love some alliteration, man.
Yeah, man. That's a tongue twister. Buffalo
Bill,
Brewery.
not to be confused with Buffalo Bob from Joe Dirt, as we discovered before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this one, man. I love me some stouts. It's getting hot outside. Today was beautiful. So stout season for me is kind of winding down, even though who says you can't drink a stout when it's 80 degrees outside?
You might not enjoy it as much, but
might not be as tasty.
Might not warm you up.
Yeah, I need to get a couple more of these out of the fridge here, out of the beer fridge. So let's go ahead and pour this one out, see what she looks like.
Looks pretty good. Man, I thought there was going to be a lot of... Oh, spoke too soon. Yeah, you were just pouring that thing. You were like, you know what? This will be okay. Let's just pour it straight into the glass.
It was like a half a glass of foam. Look at that.
Yeah.
I got a little dripski on the microphone.
Whoops.
Foamy there.
Yeah.
But, well, I got a quicker taste of that than I was expecting to off of that foam, but tastes delicious when the foam tastes good.
Cool.
But yeah, let's have a look here. It's not super, super dark. I mean, I've been drinking some really heavy. I know on the camera it looks like it's motor oil, but in real life I can see through this a little bit. Not super opaque. Nice, really deep, like almost like molasses-y sort of color. I know, again, doesn't come through on the camera very well, but promise you guys, I'm not lying.
Is it like black coffee? Would you say it's like a black coffee kind of look to it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's pretty close to like a black coffee. Maybe a little bit on like the lighter roast side. It's almost not as dark as I like my coffee, but
okay,
pretty dark. The foam head there, very foamy. That's for sure. Lots of foam. Yeah. I don't know if that has anything to do with the temperature of the beer. Probably not exactly the right type of beer glass for a stout, but I was interested in this one, obviously, because we talk about stouts. You don't typically think of a fruity sort of stout. So that kind of caught my attention. Then obviously the oatmeal aspect of it as well. I feel like I've had a bunch of oatmeal stouts this year, and they usually have like a nice little texture to them, a little bit of sweetness. But this one was brewed with English hops, a mixture of English hops and blueberries, and balanced with Ken Goldings and Cascade hops. So that caught my attention too. I'm like, hold up, Cascade hops,
always,
which are typically known from their I love Cascade hops, but they're known for their citrusy and piney sort of notes. So I was like, okay, how's this gonna work? Citrus, hops, blueberries, and stout. How does this work? So on the nose, I think my nose is still jacked up from COVID,
really?
To be honest with you. Yeah, like I still don't feel like I smell as much as I should.
I wonder if they use those citrusy hops to bring out like a blueberry flavor somehow.
It's possible. I'm really not pulling anything off this. I think my nose, it could also be it's allergy season, man. So I think my sinuses are all screwed up and like I just can't smell.
Get your nose in there, man. Get it. Just there it is. Just right in.
This is how you do it?
That's it. You smell it now? Oh, man. I can't believe you did that.
So I can't tell you guys I just went for it. I can't tell you what it smells like because I don't smell anything. So let's have a taste instead. It's hard to cut through that foam.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely bitter, I would say. It's like developing. The story is developing in my mouth currently. The blueberry certainly pulls through. It takes a minute though. Like I was this close to saying it doesn't taste like blueberry, and then it kind of hit me on the end there, which is really nice. It's very pleasant. I was kind of expecting like an upfront punch of blueberry and then kind of settle into some of that maltiness from the stout, but it was actually quite opposite. It was very bitter at first, almost like a coffee stout. I would not be surprised if there was some coffee in this, but I guess it's those hops we're talking about, those English hops, and then the Cascade hops. I don't really like for it to say balanced with, I mean, I guess balancing it with Cascade, maybe it's not a whole lot in there because I don't get any citrusy. There's no citrus in this whatsoever, which is kind of refreshing. But very bitter, like just on the front end there on my tongue. It tastes almost exactly like what we have been seeing with those coffee beers where they use the coffee as like a bittering agent almost.
Yeah.
But then that blueberry definitely pulls through there at the end, which I'm thankful for. And it's almost like a blueberry muffin sort of texture. It's not like you would expect from like a blueberry, I guess like a blueberry lager or something like that, where it's a lot more smooth and biscuity, but definitely pulls through and is noticeable. Let me give it another sip here.
So it's just like hints of blueberry on the end.
Yeah, it's very subtle. You don't get it at all.
But like
when you first sip it.
I'm wondering like if they used actual blueberry then, because if they used like an extract, right? Some additive, like some like syrup, right? Then that would have hit you up front and it probably would have tasted very sugary and gross.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's like very subtle, that makes me think that maybe they like threw some blueberries in towards like the end of the fermentation process.
Yeah, I mean, it says it was brewed with blueberries, so I mean, I don't know what point they put them in there, but I definitely take their word for it. I also don't know what oatmeal actually does, or where. We should probably ask some of our people that we've got coming on the show. Where do you put like when you do an oatmeal stout? At what point do you put that in there? Because I think it definitely gives a little bit of a texture to it, and like this sounds so douchey, but like you can almost like chew it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, if you just move your tongue around a little bit, like you get sort of that like oatmeal-y sort of taste. I mean, if you've ever eaten oatmeal before, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But
yeah. I would assume that they're using it like in the mash, you know?
Yeah, you'd think so.
But yeah, who knows? I guess we'll find out. Man. We'll find out soon, right?
We got to ask some people.
Yeah.
But really good, man. So just real quick before I close it out. I mean, number one, overall, it looks great. I wish it had less head. I don't know if that's probably my fault. Maybe not. Not that I mind head on a beer, but it's like that first sip. It's like you have to like work your way past it. It ends up on your face, even if you don't stick your nose in it intentionally. But anyways, Buffalo Bill's Brewery, interesting fact, was the first brew pub in America. What? First brew pub in America, opening in 1983. So you might say that sounds really recent. This is definitely not the first brewery, or not first craft brewery, but first brew pub. So the definition of brew pub is an establishment that serves their own beer. I guess also maybe serves food. I don't know.
Yeah, serves food.
Yeah. So up until 1983, pubs, which are places that serve beer and food, could not serve their own brewed beer, which is what inspired Bill Owens, who was the Buffalo Bill guy, I assume, to open up the first brew pub once that law was changed. And since then, they've gone through, I think there's one, I can't remember his name now, honestly, but one specific brewer has stuck with them throughout basically their entire existence. But they've been around for a long time, man, and this is a solid beer. So these guys know what they're doing. I definitely recommend you check it out. If you like stouts, you like blueberry, they're in San Jose, California. So obviously I got one here in Virginia, so they distribute pretty wide and far. So seek this one out, man. Overall, I really like this. But
that's crazy. They got a lot of experience then. They've been around for a long time. I don't think I've ever heard of them, but I definitely want to check them out now. I mean, it'd be great if we could even talk to these guys and, figure out like, hey, what's it like being the first brew pub in America? Like what kind of obstacles did you run into? What kind of changes did you have to like negotiate so that you could do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Sure, there was a lot of politics that went into it, but yeah, man, what do you got tonight? I'm excited to see what you've got.
All right, man. We have the Hardywood Bourbon Cru in a small bottle. What do they call these bottles?
I don't know, a little like a stubby or something.
A stubby, that's it. Yeah, they're called stubbies.
Is that it? I just made that up.
No, you're right. It is. It's called a stubby. That's good. Yeah, I got my bottle opener here. Let's open it up real quick. Let's see.
I know one day it's gonna happen. You're gonna slice your hand open.
No, it's not sharp.
Prove it.
You see? Do you see the blade?
Run it across your forehead. Just blood squirts everywhere.
Nah. Yeah, so this is Hardywood's Bourbon Cru, bourbon barrel aged Belgian-style quad. You know me, man. I love a little Belgian-style quad.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's interesting that they call it like a Belgian-style quad, right? Like all you have to do is say quad. Like now that we've researched about it, like if you call it a quadruple, then you don't have to call it a Belgian-style anymore. Like it's just a quadruple, which is Belgian, right?
It's all about them buzzwords.
It's those buzzwords for sure, because it says Abbey style on, so online it says Belgian style, but on the stubby here it says Abbey style quadruple. So I guess that's a better distinction. If you call it Abbey style versus just like Belgian style, I think Abbey style is more like a Trappist ale, right? So you could, I'm sure there's, I don't know what it is. I could probably ask somebody to tell me, but
yeah,
they went on to further explain their bourbon barrel cru as this, and it actually kind of explains to us like what the taste and all that is to be expected. So let's see if it matches up. Hardywood Bourbon Barrel Cru is brewed in the fashion of Belgians' revered monastic breweries, just like I said, Trappists. Bourbon Barrel Cru displays a rich mahogany hue with a medium body and brilliant clarity after months of barrel aging. The maturity and melding of flavors brought on by the freshly drained bourbon whiskey barrels lends an extraordinary sense of harmony to Bourbon Barrel Cru. Almond, toffee, and oaky vanilla give way to notes of dark cherries and raisins. Subtle hints of plum are greeted by caramel overtones for a smooth, robust, and warming finish.
Sign me up.
We'll see.
That sounds amazing.
We'll see. I actually did drink this last week for Easter, so I know what I'm getting into, and it's really good. So we'll see if it's just as good the second time around. It's 12% ABV, 18 IBUs. Let's see. Is this a mahogany hue with clarity? Clarity just means clear, basically. So we'll see.
Mahogany hue with clarity. I like that glass. It seems like an appropriate glass style.
I had to get the good one out. I would say mahogany. Mahogany's fitting. It's like a dark wood color, like a reddish wood. No head on that really.
No.
The head was there and then it was gone almost immediately. I didn't even really get to pick up on the color of the head, but yeah, no real head to that.
It's a nice dark color.
I don't know about clarity so much. It's definitely, I don't know what they mean by clarity, but it's like a nice dark red. You can't see it on the screen. I realize now looking at the screen, it's a lot darker. I wish I could get a light on this, but it's like a rust color, like a mahogany rusty kind of color. Nice. Looks really good. Let's give a sniff. Yeah, cherry. I definitely got like fruity berry kind of smell off of that just now. I just got like some, it was definitely like sweet, like it smells sweet to the nose. I'm not smelling bourbon. I'm not picking up on like vanilla. What other ones did they say? They said almond and toffee. Maybe toffee. Let's smell it again for some almond. I don't know. Is my brain playing tricks on me? I think it might be.
I mean, do almonds actually smell?
They taste. Maybe it's like the smell of the taste of almonds.
It sounds like from this description they actually brewed it with almonds and toffee.
Let's give it a sip. Oh, man. That's good. That's really nice. I like that.
You love you some Hardywood.
Dude, don't I? This is probably what between 5th and 10th beer that I've had on from Hardywood, I would say.
The beard is to Hardywood as the ginger is to Farmhouse.
Dude, I need to talk to people at Hardywood and get them on for sure.
Oh, dude, for sure. Why haven't we done that yet?
I don't know. Definitely need to do
Hardywood,
that.
if you're out there, let's make this happen. Let's bring you guys on.
This is so nice, man. So like the smell that I was getting off of it is definitely different. You know, if you've ever had a bourbon barrel aged beer, then you kind of know what to expect up front. It's that bourbon flavor. It's that, you know, that oaky bourbon, you know, sweet kind of flavor up at the front there. Immediately, you know, you start to get a little bit of bitterness from the hops, but certainly not overwhelming, extremely pleasant. Just enough, really. I feel like it's just right there. So if you like a little bit of hops to it, it's like, and I'm just now getting into hops thanks to you. You're the one that's really getting me more into like IPAs and whatnot. So it's actually very pleasant. I'm not tasting vanilla or cherries. I could actually, now that you mention, I could actually taste the raisins a little bit, which is weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm not really getting the almonds or anything like that. It's just like the normal malt that you would expect from a quad, right? Quad is 4 times the malt. And yeah, that's what I'm getting here. I'm not, I don't. Let me try for almonds again. One more try. Hold on.
Come on, almonds. Hey, you chewed up a little bit.
Nah, no almonds on that one. It's a little bit bitey actually. It's strong, man. 12%, man. So yeah, a couple of these suckers. That's all you need. That's all you need, man. That's all I got for you, man. I'm pretty happy with this. I can't wait to drink it some more. But yeah.
Yeah, dude. I want to make it back out to Hardywood. They have such a cool spot. I think at the Park Craft. What is it? Hardywood Park. There's they have a couple different locations. Craft Brewery.
I've never been there, man.
Yeah, I think the Park Craft Brewery is where Shayna and I went.
I want to. My stepdad and I are supposed to be, not my stepdad, my father-in-law. Once everything breaks open, not breaks open, but once we can go, I think we're gonna make a trip down there.
Yeah, it's a cool spot, and they were renovating one of the buildings when we were there. So it looks like they may have actually finished that. I don't know, but it was a really nice outdoor area, and oh man, they've got such good beer.
Yeah, they do.
So good. We definitely should try to get those.
You don't gotta convince me, man.
Yeah.
Don't gotta twist this arm. Let's do it.
Awesome, man. Well, we're interested in knowing what you guys are drinking out there, but we thank you all for watching this week's What You Drinking. Make sure you check out the other craft beer reviews on our channel, on our website. We've got some written reviews out there, and head over to Instagram to keep up with what we're drinking on a daily basis.
That's right. And of course, subscribe to the Ginger and the Beard podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And check us out on YouTube. I don't think I said that, but make sure to check us out on YouTube. See you guys in the next video. Peace.
See ya.